So excited that you could join us today. I am doing this series because I love bringing authentic, beautiful people to, into more of a visible place in the world. People that are living their purpose and their passion, that are just brilliant, beautiful lights in the world, and that are doing things to change the world and help the world. So it's my pleasure today to introduce somebody that I actually just met, and I love her energy and I love her message. And so we're going to have a fun little interview today and find out more about her and what she does. But Dianna, I want to welcome you to this series, this episode. Thank you so much for joining me. It's such a pleasure to have you.
Thanks so much for having me, and I really appreciate the work that you are doing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I appreciate what you're doing. And look how beautiful you are. I love your look. You are so unique and authentic. I love it. That's what it's all about, right?
All right.
I'm going to give a little bit of background about what you do, an introduction so everybody kind of knows what you do, and then we're going to go ahead and get on with the interview and find out more about you. Dianna, her full name is Dianna Esteves Vieira, beautiful name.
Oh, thank you.
She's an eco makeup artist, you're welcome, specializing in holistic beauty. She's the founder of Rouge Awakening, I love that, non-toxic and cruelty-free beauty. She's an eco-conscious activist and volunteer for various organizations pertaining to animal and humanitarian issues. She created Rouge Awakening to focus on education from preteens to senior citizens. As an advocate for the current food revolution and diving into biodynamic farming, these issues have become Dianna's passion. Dianna wants to inject some humanity and authenticity into the fashion and entertainment industries. Amen, sister. That's all I have to say about that. By bringing awareness to the dangers of using toxic chemicals on skin and also the barbaric nature of animal testing. Amen to that. For cosmetics and for fur harvesting. For the sake of fashion, my daughter will adore you. She's
awesome.
She's an esthetician and a makeup artist also, and I want her to see this video and maybe connect with you. Yeah, she'll be really excited.
Yes, I would love that.
You're kindred spirits, for sure. All right. So, gosh, Dianna, this is beautiful. I'd love to take my glasses off, but I want to look at this paper because everything that you are doing here is so incredibly important and beautiful. But what I'd like to do is I'd like to always start out and ask for you to kind of explain about your background, where you came from. I like people to kind of see where you came from and the challenges to where you are now. So if you go ahead and give us whatever information you want about your background and growing up and kind of what you came from.
Okay, well, I was born and raised in Toronto, Canada. I was the first generation Canadian to Portuguese immigrants. And I had spent actually a few years of my childhood in Portugal. I'd lived over there, and so I had this really, pretty cool contrast of environments that I grew up in. Came back to Toronto, left there, went to Atlanta, got married, stayed there for several years. Started working in the cosmetics industry and brought me to LA. Once in LA, I started experiencing some health issues, a lot of digestive stuff going on, a lot of imbalance going on. I immediately cut out drinking. I immediately cut out everything processed. Went on a macrobiotic diet for a full year, which was the most intense thing I think that I had ever gone through. So there was like a lot of purging going on many levels in my life. I had met a really good friend who had battled some health issues herself, and she just started guiding me into this very holistic lifestyle. She basically told me, this is what I've done with my macrobiotic diet, and this is what you do, and it was just this journey of exploration on so many levels, which was actually really mind-blowing and gut-wrenching many, many times. It was just, I don't even think I could do this anymore. It was just really, really a difficult time, but also a very spiritual awakening for me. It really was on so many levels. And that's when I decided, once I started eating really clean, I said, okay, well, I think cosmetics is going to be the next thing, you know, on the next level that I'm going to take this to. And I just started researching more and more about the different types of things that I was putting on my skin and the different types of makeup I was using on my clients. And the more that I dug and I researched, I just realized this is not good. I need to do a complete overhaul. If I'm going to be doing this healthy thing, it's going to have to be all that. So that's where it led me to. That's kind of where my path. I mean, there's of course so much more involved, but that's a very short take on where I am today.
Yeah. Were you spiritual before you got into doing all the stuff you had with all the challenges with your health? I mean, did you have any practices, or were you religious, or did you have nothing you were following?
I was starting before all of this. I was starting to peek into my curiosity in different alternative spiritual practices.
Yeah.
So it was there. It was budding, you know. But once this started happening, it was like full on. It was just kind of like the dam broke and all the water just started kind of like flooding in. That's basically how it happened.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, I think we all went through that. The grand search, you know, we know we're going somewhere, we just don't know where exactly. And it's a journey, it's a ride for sure. So when you first got into so you were pretty sure about what it was you wanted to do right away as soon as you got into this. I mean, you were sure that this was your life path. Or did you face some challenges? Did you have doubts? Did you question whether or not really it was something that you wanted to go into? Because I know you were in the industry already. You were doing makeup and stuff. And I know that there are specific challenges when you're in that industry, so many on a personal level, but also, in the industry as well. What challenges did you face? Did you face any personal challenges while you're doing that, or any,
It wasn't really a question of me doubting myself. I knew this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to get into holistic beauty. I was facing challenges from the people around me and how they were accepting this. And come to find out, you would think that LA would be the mecca for eco everything, and it really isn't. Not when it comes to my industry. In New York City, there are more eco makeup artists than there are here in LA, which that is mind-blowing for me. So LA is still very close-minded about eco beauty and holistic beauty. The fashion and entertainment industry, especially, they are not knowledgeable at all. And a lot of them really don't want to know about it. They're kind of like, you know what, this formula is working. Why fix it? You know, it's not broke. So I have found very challenging in that regard, that even though models were coming to me, the models in my chair, or that I was working on. I work one of the top agencies in LA, if not the best agency in LA, which is Photogenics. And a few of their models were saying, you know what, you cannot use that on me anymore. All that crap that most artists, makeup artists, use on me. And I said, no, I'm all natural, organic, cruelty-free. And they're like, thank God. They're like, I can't deal with the breakouts anymore. I can't deal with the eye irritations. I can't deal with all this kind of crazy stuff going on with my skin. So I'm getting it firsthand that this is what's happening. Models are kind of like, that's it.
Yeah.
My skin can't really take it.
And I asked if you were there because you froze up for a minute. That's why I asked that. I knew you were there. So, it's interesting to me, though. I get that. I mean, I always thought that the East Coast vibe and the West Coast vibe were, two very different things in every respect, I think.
Exactly.
And I thought for sure that LA would be more open and more progressive, because in California, you know, we do so many spiritual practices and so many, raw food and all that other stuff.
Exactly.
I'm really surprised. My other question I have for you is that I know in my own search, my daughter has kind of opened my eyes a little bit to better products, because I had been using some that are very big, and I'm not going to mention them obviously, but they're not, they're not good for your skin. So have you found it's been a challenge to actually find cruelty-free, toxic, non-toxic cosmetics and makeups that you can use in your business? Has it been a challenge for you to find those?
Oh, wait, can you repeat the last part? Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Am I cutting out? Sorry.
Oh, it was.
I was just wondering if it's been really difficult for you to find products that you want to use for the industry.
Oh, for the non-toxic, cruelty-free?
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Actually, and that's a misconception as well. I think a lot of fashion and entertainment folks have about these non-toxic, cruelty-free products. They believe that it's very granola girl, really low quality. The performance just isn't the same. And they have that misconception still. There are wonderful lines that are out now that are very high-end, luxurious lines that do not use toxic chemicals. So I think there's a lot of misconceptions still around that these products are just kind of useless and they don't.
Yeah.
And
but you're able to find. I mean, you're able to find the products that do what you need to. Because I know, when you're doing makeup, I mean, there's makeup for movies, there's makeup for runway, for photo shoots, all that. So I know that you have a lot of different things you need for different techniques, and that. I mean, and it seems like there are a lot of companies stepping up and creating those things. So you're not having a problem finding the products.
No, I'm not. I mean, as far as makeup for movies and special effects makeup, of course, there's still no toxic-free, cruelty-free products that I have heard of. But for it's interesting, just celebrities that are very much into raw foods, organic, holistic living, I would think that they would be making more of a demand, requesting more like, okay, if I'm going to be doing this red carpet event or, magazine shoot or whatever else, I really want to have an eco makeup artist. And I really don't think that there are many celebrities. There's some, but overall, they're not. You would think there'd be a lot many more celebrities demanding eco makeup artists.
They just want to look good. They don't care about their. I mean, they figure you can slap it on and take it off, when they're done.
And that's what they say.
Yeah.
They do say that. As long as I look good, that's fine.
Isn't that sad in the name of our vanity? It's crazy, but so because I'm looking here at your sheet, and I see really big things coming for you. It feels like you're a leader, and that you're somebody who's not afraid to step out and start sharing the message. And I know that you're creating a line of products, but could you give me a little bit of background, or give our viewers a background? I don't know that people know about what's really in cosmetics. I've read some stuff, and it scares the bejesus out of me because it's pretty nasty stuff. So if you could give a little bit of background about that, and then also if you could also bring in a little bit about what's happening with the animal testing, and perhaps touch upon how you don't necessarily have to do that to create a good product. Because I think some people don't understand the whole, what's really going on.
Well, what's going on is, let's see, since 1938, the cosmetics industry here in the United States has only banned 8 ingredients out of over 12,000 toxic ingredients. Only 8 have been banned. In the European Union, over 1,300, they will not allow over 1,300 toxic chemicals into their products. And here, that's not the standard here at all. So basically, what you find in these products, it could be anything with deodorants, shampoos, creams, you name it, toothpaste, is basically there are parabens in it, there's sulfates in it, there are, oils, like oils that you find in refineries, and petroleum, that's all what's being seeped into our skin. And mind you, a lot of women who are pregnant think, oh, well, I'm going to eat really well, I'm going to be organic, I'm going to do all of this when I'm pregnant. They're not realizing that the products they're putting on their skin is going directly to their fetus.
Right. Wow.
And I talked to a pregnant woman actually recently about that, and she said, "Are you kidding?" She said, "Oh my God, I've been doing all this holistic stuff, taking care of my baby, thinking of protecting my baby, and I'm not even thinking about what I'm putting on my skin."
Wow.
And I said, "Yes, well, babies do get affected. Unborn children do get affected by these chemicals.
Yeah.
They are poisonous to them. They actually, all of these products, some form or fashion, will contribute to tumors. They will form reproductive issues, neurotoxins that will mess up neurology and neurological system in your body, and also in the unborn child's body. So, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. There are just so many other conditions and ailments that are, produced from these products, from these ingredients.
Just crazy stuff. Yeah, I mean, isn't the skin like the largest organ? I mean, it's like we absorb everything. I remember when I was pregnant, I didn't even color my hair.
Right.
Because
your hair is a big, there are some lines now with organic color that actually have really, really cut down. They've done an amazing job of cutting down.
Now, not 20 years ago, unfortunately.
Years ago.
Yeah.
No, not 20 years ago. So, things are changing, which is great.
Slowly. Yeah.
Very slowly. Very slowly. But I wanted to mention about the fashion and entertainment industry again. It would be great if the people who are behind these agencies, or the fashion and entertainment agencies, like the PR firms and the agencies that represent hair artists and makeup artists and all that, I wish that they would just take an ethical stand and just allow their talent to have choice of whether they choose to have non-toxic products on their skin, or the regular standard stuff. They should all be allowed to have a choice, and they're not. And I just believe that's very unethical to to have these companies that represent all this amazing talent, models, name. And it would just be really an ethical stand. The only agency that I know so far in LA is Coutier. Coutier agency represents makeup artists, stylists, hair people. They have a beauty division, an eco beauty division.
Wow.
They don't have 2 artists though. Just 2 artists.
Well, sad these days.
It's sad.
You know what I'm wondering though? I'm wondering if because it feels like there would be a lot of education that would have to happen. So people would have to start educating themselves, and the people that make the change, the companies would actually have to put out educational materials on it. And then I'm looking at the cost of the products themselves. So I'm wondering if some of it has to do with they don't have time to be bothered doing it, the cost of education, the cost of actually, selling or bringing, cruelty-free products. Because aren't they generally more expensive than the regular ones? It's kind of like food, organic versus.
No, they're very, very comparable to the actual mainstream cosmetics, and many of them are even actually lower in price.
Interesting.
Than the really high-end luxury brands that you see, and a lot of them are definitely low in price. So it's not a question of cost, and these are just nobody can afford them. It's not that. It's just people just are not educated enough, and also a lot of times I find that you know, they think ignorance is bliss. I really don't have to know about all of this stuff, and you know, and it's not a really good ethical stand to take.
Yeah, but you know what's really disconcerting is that the companies themselves, these big companies who have been around forever, you know, Revlon and Mac, and I mean, whatever, all these companies, you would think that they would want to start, I know some of them started taking, I think, talc out of their products, but they still have a bunch of other junk in them, so they almost feel like they're trying to incorporate it, but, and I think there may be a cost, you know, effective kind of thing. They don't, you know, maybe it's cheaper for them to use cheaper toxic products in their makeup as opposed to natural stuff.
And the thing about that is with those types of companies, many of them will say cruelty-free.
Yeah.
So they will be cruelty-free in the U.S. But if they want to sell to China, China's not going to allow that. China wants everything on animals. So they might be cruelty-free here, yes, but the same company will not be cruelty-free.
Yeah, we don't buy things from China.
Right,
At all. Not a good idea.
That's the dilemma there when, you know, there are a lot of people that I've come across are like, I just want cruelty-free. I don't really care about anything else.
Right.
Or vegan, you know, and then, you know, that's a dilemma.
Well, it sounds like you have some work to do with the public, getting that message out, and you're just the girl to do it.
It's sad that this has to be a movement, because it shouldn't have to be a movement. It should just be, okay, well, duh, we're not going to use toxic stuff on our skin. Okay.
But you got to remember, it's like when I work with limiting beliefs and concepts, you know, with people. You know, this stuff has been around forever, the concepts that are floating around and the ideas and the thoughts about it. And people really are, a lot of people have their head in the sand about it, and other people just don't even know how to go about starting or changing. So you're up against a lot of different things. But again, the energies of the planet have shifted so much, and people like you are coming forward. So I think that it's going to become easier and easier to get the message out to people. And that's beautiful. Thank you. I'm so fascinated with it by myself, actually. Thank you for all the information. And we could go on probably a really long time. We didn't talk about the animal testing, but I do want you to talk about a little bit about what you're developing, what you're involved in, and why, because it looks like you have your hands in a whole bunch of things here that are really important.
Mm-hmm. Well, right now, what I'm doing is I'm going to be developing an apothecary line that's going to be aimed towards teens and women. It's going to be a skincare line and also some bath products as well. Mm-hmm. I'm toying around with the idea of adding some color, like makeup. I don't know. Everybody keeps saying, just do it, just add some color, add some, you know, makeup products. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm toying with that idea, but I'm not really, for me, it's the apothecary that's really important.
Yeah.
So that's going to be, I'm going to be developing that soon. As far as projects that I'm involved in, I just began a project with a celebrity photographer by the name of Dan Santoni, and he's an amazing photographer. His work is really outstanding. We just formed Project Soul Farm, which is basically a project where we are targeting celebrities to come forward, and celebrities that care about the welfare of farm animals to come forward and to have their picture taken at the farm. We will be actually joining forces with Farm Sanctuary in Acton, California. And our first shoot is this Sunday, March 22nd. So we're really, really excited about that, and that will be with legendary bass player Norwood Fisher from Fishbone, who loves animals.
Awesome.
He doesn't eat meat, neither do I. We're not fully vegan, however, but you know, we really are very concerned about the evils of factory farming, and the more people that are public figures that can come out and voice their opinions on factory farming better. So that's what we're doing. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. I love that. That seems like it's going to become, a big platform for you to move forward with the
I hope so.
cruelty-free stuff, because I think there are a lot of, I mean, if you look out in the world, there are a lot of celebrities that are, active in feeding other children in other worlds, other countries and stuff like that. So there are a lot of celebrities that'll, I think once they know about it, will
Yes.
absolutely come and join the project, which
Yes.
start getting, how celebrity endorsements, unfortunately, us small people don't always have such an impact, but the people that are in the limelight do. So that's an incredible project. I love that. I
Yes.
absolutely love that. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
What else are you doing? It looks like you're doing other things too. Um, and then you're also, where are you working right now? What are you doing?
I'm a resident makeup artist at Night Spa in Mar Vista,
Okay.
and it's an awesome place. It's a very female centered, heart centered kind of place. Very empowering to women. We have events there quite often. Great for moms that just need to get away and be pampered.
Bringing in the feminine energy. I love it.
Energy. There's a lot of organic services that are being offered there, such as facials, manicures, pedicures,
Awesome.
massage, all that kind of thing. And it's an awesome place. I love it there. Julia.
Oh, you are living your life, girl. You are doing what you love to do.
I'm trying to spread the love.
Yeah, on fire. Yeah,
as much as I can.
Yeah. See, I love you. I love you. You're so perfect for this show because you are beautiful and brilliant and authentic. You're stepping into your power, and you're up against some stuff, but you're not afraid to do it. You're saying, I'm passionate about this. I'm going to move forward and find a way.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Do you have any wisdom or parting wisdom or tips for anybody who's getting into what you're doing, or even any other realm, about how to move forward? I know that when you do these things, sometimes you hesitate, and then other times you're just so passionate about it, you just figure, I'm going to do it anyway. I don't care what it takes. But where do you stand, and what do you think might help other people that are going through similar things as you, as far as moving forward, moving into their purpose and passion? Do you have any tips or strategies or wisdom?
I would say, first of all, not that I am an authority on.
Oh, yes, you are.
or when it comes to full of wisdom and all that. No, I'm just still trying to figure things out myself. But I would say I would say the number one thing is definitely, if you are passionate about it, make sure that the passion is real. It's not like, oh, it's really trendy right now, and everyone's doing it, and I'm just going to jump on that bandwagon and go ahead. Because you will get caught in that. Like, people will start saying that's no. You really have to take a stand and be behind it 100%.
I love that. That's so powerful. That's so powerful.
It is, because in LA, I've seen that. I've witnessed a lot of people on that eco-conscious bandwagon,
No, in LA, really? No way.
And it's not happening. It's just not, no. So,
well, not only that, I feel like the universe doesn't honor that. The energy is such right now that that's what authenticity is about also. Finding who you are, being comfortable with who you are, finding your message, and having a heart. It's a heart-centered business. It's a heart-centered desire to move forward, help people, and change the world. And that's what creates the real shift. So that's what you're doing, and you're amazing. I do believe that you're going to be quite successful with what you're doing. That's what I feel as an intuitive, just saying.
Oh my gosh, give me more of that intuitive, good positivity thing going on.
Bring it on, sister. I'm sending it to you all over the place. You are beautiful and authentic, and you have something really important to share, and the world is going to listen. But again, like all of us that are doing this, it's one step at a time. Keep the vision, know that you're equipped to do this. This was brought to you, and so this is your purpose to move forward on the planet. That's what we're doing. It's beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
So, oh my gosh, you and I are going to chat some more later for sure. I love you. Let's see. Can you tell people where they can find you? I don't know if you have a website, your email, if they have any questions, or if they'd like to come have you work with them, or whatever. How can they get a hold of you?
So I have a website, Dianna, that's with 2 N's, Esteves, Esteves, Vieira, V as in Victor, IEIRA.com. I know it's a long name. You can find me on Instagram at Rouge Awakening. Twitter, same thing, Rouge Awakening on Twitter. So, yeah, you can send me an email. You can call me. My phone number is actually on my website. I actually do take calls. A lot of these male artists I find are not taking calls anymore. They are just giving email addresses, which I find that I'm still old school. I'm sorry. I hate texting.
Me too. Yeah.
So you can call me.
Connection is key. Connection is key. It really is. Yeah.
It's everything.
And so, I just wanted to let people know too that Rouge Awakening is ROUGE Awakening.
Yes, thank you for that.
You're welcome. I want to make sure that they get a hold of you because you have a lot of valuable insight and information. So, wow, thank you so much. What a great interview. Look at you go. Look how easy it was.
I'm so happy we connected. I'm so happy to have met you, and I will in the flesh. I know really soon.
Oh yeah, well I happen to come up to LA every weekend practically, so yeah, we'll make a time to do that for sure.
Let's do Malibu.
Oh, yeah, I just lived in Malibu for a year. Last year I just moved back.
I love Malibu.
I do too. I'd love to revisit where I lived, except I don't have to deal with the PCH anymore every day, so that's great. So we can go have a fun day. I love it. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for being a part of this interview series. What a great, just jam-packed full of information and really important stuff for the planet. So I want to wish you the best of luck and great success with everything that you do. You don't need luck. You're going to be successful, period. That's it. And everybody make sure to direct questions to her because I know she has a lot more information for you. And I think what she's doing is really amazing. All of her projects are going to be great. Fun and impactful, absolutely. And I want to thank everybody else for joining us as well. Every week I bring these beautiful, powerful, heart-centered people, entrepreneurs and otherwise, to you just so that you can gain inspiration and maybe some more insight as to how you can move your purpose and passion forward and how important it is on the planet. So please join me next week, next Friday at 10 a.m. when I have someone else that's going to come forward and give you some more information. But again, Dianna, thank you so much. You were just beautiful, and we will chat soon. And everybody have a really great day. Thanks for joining us. Namaste.
Namaste.